Join me as I dive into some of the most bizarre longevity experiments inspired by Bryan Johnson and see if I can actually put them to the test. Bryan Johnson is a man on a mission to live forever, or at least that's what it seems like. As the founder of Kernel, a neurotech company, and author of Kernel's blog, where he documents his quest for eternal life, Bryan has become a household name in the world of longevity. His approach is often seen as unconventional, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible when it comes to human aging. Inspired by his philosophy, I'll be revealing some of the most bizarre experiments that might just take us one step closer to immortality. One of the biggest misconceptions surrounding aging is that it's an inevitable process that we can't do much about. But what if I told you that there are certain aspects of aging that are actually reversible? That's right, reversible. The problem lies in our understanding of what aging actually is. Most of us think of it as just a natural part of life, but in reality, it's a complex interplay of genetic and environmental factors that can be influenced. Another challenge we face is that most anti-aging methods out there are often based on pseudoscience, leaving us wondering what really works and what's just a bunch of hooey. Bryan Johnson's experiments aim to tackle these misconceptions head-on, using real science to drive results. The truth is, most of us are scared of aging because we don't fully understand it. We think of it as this slow deterioration of our bodies. But what if we could actually reverse that process? What if we could take control of our own biological clocks? These are the questions that Bryan Johnson's experiments seek to answer, and I'm excited to dive in and explore some of the most fascinating ones. From a scientific standpoint, understanding aging is a complex task. It involves passing through mountains of research, identifying patterns, and testing hypotheses. But what if I told you that some of the most powerful tools in the fight against aging might be right under our noses? Take, for instance, the power of caloric restriction. By limiting our caloric intake, we can actually trigger certain cellular pathways that help our bodies regenerate and repair themselves. It's a radical approach, but one that's gaining traction in the scientific community. Bryan Johnson's experiments are all about pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. From testing the effects of NAD boosters to practicing extreme forms of caloric restriction, he's not afraid to think outside the box. One of the most interesting aspects of his approach is his focus on epigenetic reprogramming. Essentially, this means reprogramming our genes to behave in more youthful ways, and the results are nothing short of astounding. By utilizing techniques like senolytic therapy, we can actually clear out senescent cells, which are basically zombie cells that are no longer functioning properly, and replace them with healthy, functioning ones. Another key aspect of Bryan Johnson's approach is his emphasis on data-driven decision-making. Rather than relying on intuition or anecdotal evidence, he uses hard data to drive his decisions, and the results are fascinating. By tracking everything from his blood work to his cognitive function, he's able to get a granular look at what's working and what's not, and adjust his approach accordingly. It's a level of scrutiny that's unprecedented in the world of longevity research, and one that's yielding some truly remarkable insights. One of the most surprising aspects of Bryan Johnson's experiments is his willingness to push boundaries. Take, for instance, his decision to undergo a radical protocol of stem cell therapy. It's an approach that's still in its infancy, but one that's showing incredible promise. By utilizing cutting-edge technologies like CRISPR, we can actually reprogram our genes to behave in more youthful ways, and the results are nothing short of remarkable. It's a level of radical thinking that's truly inspiring, and one that's forcing us to rethink what we thought was possible when it comes to human longevity. But what's perhaps the most shocking aspect of Bryan Johnson's experiments is their sheer scope. We're not just talking about a few tweaks here and there. We're talking about a full-on assault on the aging process. By combining cutting-edge technologies like AI-powered health tracking with radical interventions like senolytic therapy, he's creating a holistic approach to health that's unprecedented in its scope. It's a level of ambition that's truly breathtaking, and one that's forcing us to rethink what we thought was possible when it comes to human longevity. But what's perhaps most remarkable about Bryan Johnson's experiments is the level of transparency he brings to the table. Rather than hiding behind a veil of secrecy, he's open about his methods, his results, and his failures. It's a level of transparency that's unprecedented in the world of longevity research, and one that's truly inspiring. By being open and honest about his journey, he's creating a sense of community and collaboration that's helping to drive progress in the field. In conclusion, Bryan Johnson's experiments are truly breaking new ground in the world of longevity research. By tackling the common challenges and misconceptions surrounding aging and using real science to drive results, he's helping to push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. It's a level of innovation that's truly inspiring, and one that's forcing us to rethink what we thought was possible when it comes to human longevity. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Bryan Johnson's experiments in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on health and longevity. And if you want to explore more content on this topic, be sure to check out my other videos on the subject.